All right, so that's me on the left. My background with Canvas, I've been with Canvas for over 3 years now. I come from an area of technical support, so anyone who had any issues with their home pages, things that weren't working on it, I would work with them to resolve those issues, and usually it was just something like a broken link or something like that. But I was able to actually see thousands of home pages, you know, what works for students, what don't work for students, and I'll show you a couple of really bad examples of a home page. To my right over here, it's going to be Paul Safik. He's going to be moderating the chat today. If you have any questions or need any links for anything, he's going to go ahead and provide those. And if I'm unclear about anything, just go ahead and ask away in the chat. I'm going to try to keep my eyes on the chat today and see if I can answer any of those questions that Paul may miss. Today's session is pretty unique. Usually there's the hands-on activities in our sessions are pretty short, you know, anywhere from about, about 2 or 3 minutes. Everyone's ready to go. But I'm going to give you a little bit more time today as far as working through the examples. I'm going to go ahead and build items and ask you to build certain things. And just, we'll just links to other items within the course or images, like a button, for example, and take you to an assignment. And there we go, buttons. There can be 2 different types of buttons, and I'll show you a cool tool called the Button Factory. No joke, that's the actual name of it, the Button Factory. And also linking content. So a button is really just an image. It's until you actually turn it to a hyperlink, so where it links to other areas within the course. All right, so let's go ahead and just real quickly talk about, when you're using a template, or are you going to be using a template or a master course? I just kind of want to get an idea of what we're looking at here in the room. Just go ahead and type in the chat there. Are you kind of thinking more like on the home page? Is this a template that you're going to be carrying over from term to term? For example, think about it like this. You've got a fall semester homepage. You just want to do a quick tweak to make it the spring semester, so when you carry it over to the next term, just tweak with the hours or whatnot. Yeah, okay, excellent. Thank you, guys. Yeah, that's we can certainly do that. I'm going to be creating banners that actually can be customizable like that. And I'll show you how to make those and embed them in the page. And when it comes to your course flow and delivery it, do you want to, there's 2 different types, and I'll show you 2 different types, but when you log into your home page, do you want just like nothing, you don't want any type of scrolling, boom, that's what you want to see, and you can go ahead and have buttons there, or you don't mind just a little bit of scrolling up and down, just kind of seeing content, because you're basically talking, maybe there's a welcome message there, there's buttons, there's course description, and maybe a little bit talking about how grades are weighted. Yeah, little scrolling is possible. You know what, I completely get it, and I'll go ahead and show you a couple of examples of what I have. And finally, what content do you envision for your homepage? I mean, do you just want text? Do you want a nice banner? Do you want links? I saw in the polling earlier that there's a little bit of everything that everybody wants. Banners and links, absolutely. All right, navigation bar, I want it all. No problem. I'm gonna show you how to basically accomplish all of that today. All right. So here are some examples. I'll show you actually my courses in a second, but here's some examples of what pages can actually be in Canvas. And believe it or not, these are not hard to make. In fact, these are some of the more simpler pages to add. All these things are images with text boxes emblazoned over them and kind of position them in certain areas. For example, that's what we're talking about right here with a just an image. So, this text was emblazoned over it. Choose what font you want, fill in color with the background. Get creative. Below that, you know what? Those are just tables without a border. Just an image in a table with text underneath, and it looks like, it looks like it's just basically text underneath that's been turned into a hyperlink. Over here, I'm a little touchy on the mouse here today. So over here, this is a little more simpler, but it gets right to the point. Think about the concept of K-12, more or less lower grades, like first grade, second grade, third grade. You want something very simple, visually appealing, a huge button. For example, like this classroom information, that would be a huge button right there. A student could go ahead and click on it. Let me go ahead and show you a couple examples of my courses. Here's my dashboard, and here's a couple of my courses right here. And just take a look here. This is pretty simple. This is a music theory course. We've got a banner up at the top. Below that, just a little bit of course descriptions and so on. A couple links to other items throughout the course through here. And then there's a link to a textbook. And another course right here, Ancient Rome. I've got a banner up at the top, but no text in the banner, just more of a visual right there. I've got a text header, a little bit of description about my course, some graphics here. I'll actually come in here and link these items right here to sections within the course. I'll go ahead and show you how to do that. We talked a little bit about the concept of adding, so this one right here has a banner, no text. This one has a banner with text. I'll go ahead and show you how to do that. These are just graphics right here with text in them. Here's hyperlinks to other areas throughout the course. Believe it or not, these are just tables. I'll go ahead and show you what these look like in the background in a little bit. And here was that concept of no scrolling. So, for example, earlier, this one right here, you want to kind of go down through here, scroll through the home page. This one is a single page right here. It's pretty simple. It's got a table of 6 graphics with text in them, and each graphic is a hyperlink to another area within the course. And finally, my American History course, we're going to be working out of this one a little bit today. This one right here is a template banner. So notice up here at the top, it says Fall 2017. I'm going to show you how to basically build this in Google Drawing. It's basically part of your Google Drive tools like Google Sheets, Google Docs. I'll show you where to locate that. But obviously, I may want to basically bring this content over into the Spring. I'll show you how to go ahead and embed this into the page where you can actually go to this actual graphic, change it, and it will change in Canvas. So you don't always have to rebuild a new image every single term, every single semester. And I've got a little bit of a blurb area right here that I can go ahead and just change text if I want to. Again, it's really only limited to your imagination, all right? And just go ahead and scroll out here. And again, it's just, and I'll go ahead and teach you how to do these things right here, which is create buttons. I haven't linked them to anything yet. I wanted to go ahead and use those as visual examples, and after adding buttons to your home page, how to actually link it to Unit 1 and link it to Unit 2 and so on. So let's go ahead and talk about the various type of homepage options that you can actually have in the course. All right? So let's go right back through here. And I'm going to go ahead and use, let's see, I'll go ahead and use boring and mundane. I keep this course around so I can go ahead and show you a bad example of a homepage. This is the actual homepage of the course, and usually if I was helping clients and I would, use the first, usually it's not even helping about their homepage, it's helping about their assignments or their discussions, their gradebook or so-and-so. But when I help a client, I have to go to their course, and this would be the first thing I see. And sometimes I think about it like, is this course even active? There's nothing going on here. So this is actually the one type of homepage you could have. Over here, you get a couple options. If you actually go to choose a homepage located over here on the right-hand side under course status, just go ahead and click on it. You're going to get a couple of different options here, right? So the one that you're actually seeing right now, that really boring one that we just looked at, is the course activity stream. And what that does is it just basically shows you the most recent items that have been going on in the course. So announcements, assignment notifications. Since it's the homepage for the instructor, it's more or less grading content that needs to be graded. And also, like, there have been 3 comments on a discussion. But that's basically it. You can't add graphics when you're using this type of homepage. Just keep that in mind. But that is an option if you want to go ahead and utilize that. I don't think that anyone who's actually taking this training came here for this, so let me just go ahead and show you just one other option. Now, the homepage option, everyone that you've actually been seeing, like, for example, this homepage or this homepage, is this option right here, Pages Front Page. So I'm just going to go ahead and select it, hit Save. This is kind of titled Boring and Mundane. It's pretty basic homepage right there. Get ready to absorb knowledge. I've added a single graphic and so on. Basically hardly any effort at all. But that's all it is. It could basically look like this, or it could look like this, or it could look like this. Or even better, I think my biology course looks pretty good. All right. But yeah, that's basically the option of having a home page. And again, to choose this, and I'll come back back to this again once we create that home page option, we'd be coming here, Pages Front Page. The other options you have are to display the course modules. If you have modules within a course, so for example, I've got some modules for this course. If I say I don't want this graphic at all, I don't want none of this, I want to display the course modules, come here, go ahead and hit Course Modules and hit Save. Note all the graphics are gone, but now it's just basically a running of the course modules. I wouldn't recommend doing this because you've got the course modules option right here. Students can just click on that button and they're going to go to the exact same screen we're on. It's just, they're not going to be on the home page anymore. They're going to be in the modules section. So I really think it's kind of redundant having that option there if you're going to be having the module tabs available. The other options available here, see here, choose home page. You can actually display the assignment index. And again, that kind of goes along the same lines of why would you want to go ahead and have a listing of the assignments when you've got the assignments item right here. You can just have them go to assignments. Now, if you're teaching directly out of the modules, I would just recommend just running the course through the modules and not allowing students to actually have access to this tab. I only think instructors should have access to the assignments tab and just add assignments to the modules themselves. And finally, you can actually add the course syllabus to the front page. And again, that is also kind of redundant because you have a syllabus button right here. I've built my syllabus to where my syllabus will auto-open whenever you come here. And of course, if you're familiar with Canvas syllabus, it displays all graded content in the course summary. It's listed by due date, and if an item does not have a due date, it will basically list it in alphabetical order after the due date order. So let's go ahead and just really kind of get back to what we actually, what we actually came here for is to talk about a home page or choosing this option. All right? Yes, and again, just remember you've got those different home page options, but today we're going to be designing a page to actually display at the home. So let's talk real quickly about banners, all right? Banners, like for example, what we see here with text, you know, Whitty, like how big does it need to be when I design it, if I bring an image in. I'm going to go ahead and show you that. I recommend about anywhere from about 750 to 300 pixels. And when I design that, that's actually the first part of my workflow. Let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick. So to access Google Drawing, you're going to want to open your Drive area. All right, so just go to Google Drive. And up here in the top, go ahead and click on New. And it's not going to be displayed here. It's going to basically go down here. You want to hit More. And notice right here you've got Google Drawing. Go ahead and click on that. All right, so basically here we are at Google Drawing. And again, my workflow starts with what do I want? Do I want a button? Do I want a banner? Because those things are actually a specific size within Canvas, right? You don't want to have a button that's the size of the front page. So you have to kind of take that in mind. I'm going to give you best practice for both, all right? So let's go ahead and create a banner. And again, my workflow starts with the size of the banner, okay? So my banners normally are about 750 by 300. You're going to want to come to the top and actually size this page, all right? So up at the top, go ahead and hit File. And let's go ahead and go down to, you want to go to Page Setup. Here you go. Basically takes you to this area right here. And you want to go ahead and change it to Custom. And change this to pixels. I'm going to go ahead and change mine to about 750 by 300. Okay. So notice this whole page is filled with the banner. So it's everything from this corner all the way down to this corner is 750 by 300. It's just basically blown up. The first thing I do is I want to add an image. So there's a lot of different options you can do to add an image. If you basically come here, for example, and click on Image, you can go ahead and upload an item from your computer. So, for example, if I wanted to go ahead and create something for my American History course, I can go ahead and choose Upload. It's going to go ahead and pop down on my desktop. I've got a folder here for some history images. And like say I want to have something with, say, Lincoln at Gettysburg. I can go ahead and do that right there. All right? And say I want to add other items across it. So, for example, I've created a Civil War banner. All right? That's the exact same thing you actually just were looking at. I've just added an image right here, kind of put it right there. Added a text box right here. Put the background as red, added another image, and so on. Added a text box here, but also added a text box with a border here, so I could put little blurbs in there if I wanted to change it over time. But that's basically what we're doing here. Like say I don't want to have an image from my desktop. Say I want to go ahead and search the web, I can go ahead and do that as well. If I have a snapshot, meaning I use my camera, I wouldn't really want to do that, or a URL of an image, I can go ahead and do that as well. But when you go ahead and search, you can actually search through some commercial reuse images that have basically been preset by Google for this functionality. You can actually use images from stock images or Life magazine. I usually kind of stay within Google. Let's see here. Let me just take a look here. Is the 750 to 300 pixel banner size? Yes, that's the size of the banner itself. Yep. And when I go ahead and save it, you'll actually see what that looks like on the screen. All right, so let me go ahead. And Paul, where did I lose you here? I don't want to lose you, Paul. Are you looking at Google Drive? Right, I'm sorry, Google Drawings right now? Let's see, because we're not in Google over here. So you don't have any type of, because all you need is a Google, at Google Drive. Okay, at Google Drive, you want to go ahead and click on New and go to More and actually go to Drawings. Do you see Google Drawings at all? Again, let me go back over here. New, More, Google Drawings. Do you get that, Paul? Right here, Google Drawings. Michelle, we're not on Google over here. So Michelle, do you have any type of, do you have a Google account at all, or a Gmail account? No, it's not okay. There are other type of banner tools out there. I'm going to go ahead and throw those tools over there in the there is one tool called Canva. I find it a little more complicated than Google Drawing, but it is another tool that we do use to build banners. Basically, if we want to go ahead and just build a banner with text, we have to have some type of editing software, or whether it's online or whatnot, where we display an image and we put text in it. Of course, we could certainly add an image right here where there is zero text in. That is just an image stretched out across the top of the screen, right? But if you want to, for example, put any type of text within it, that's basically what we're actually working on right now. But our faculty aren't on Google. Yes, if we can, we just got a little lost over here when not everyone knows when they need to be logged in their personal Google account. Sorry about that, Michelle. Go ahead and, sorry about that, go ahead and log into your personal Google accounts. Wherever you can access Google, you can go ahead and create these banners, because you're basically creating images, and we're going to go ahead and carry them into the course files and then attach them to the page. So everything from where you even have an image of something that you would think would be cool in your course that's on your machine, it's the same thing when you save an image in Google Drawing. Paul, are you able to see in Google Drawing yet at all? I don't want to lose you. No worries, Paul. No worries, Paul. Well, just basically, just take basically what I'm showing you. It's pretty simple. No worries, Paul. No worries. It's basically an image, sizing it, and we're going to be putting text on top of it. No worries. All right. So for American history or the Civil War, I'm just going to go ahead and just type in. All right, so basically it brings up a lot of options. I can go ahead and just take a look at this one, or take a look at this one, for example. I would recommend, if you're making a banner, don't have anything that's too darkened. For example, this image, and unfortunately I can't really zoom in on it, but if you're going to add text to it, you don't want to get lost within this dark area. But if you have kind of a skyline in an area right there, or in this tool, you can actually choose to have an image that has a little bit more of a lighter background. Like, for example, this one. So if you use this one as a banner, you can actually put a dark text over the top of that. It actually looks pretty good. This one right here, why don't we go ahead and let's see here, Battle of Shiloh. Let's go ahead and choose that one. It's going to show up eventually. There we go. But like I said, we can actually add text to the top of this right here. Basically, American Civil War. We'll go ahead and throw that in the top. So notice it's over here on the side. Let's go ahead and center this image. All you would need to do is, yep, it is faster, faster than Photoshop, is to go ahead and hit arrange up here at the top and hit center on page. It's going to give you a couple options, horizontal, vertically. Let's go ahead and do horizontally, okay? We're going to go ahead and center that. I'm going to go ahead and stretch it out a little bit, all right? And it'll be fine. As soon as it basically goes on the page, it'll look great. I'm going to go ahead and top it up to the top and the bottom. Anyone who's used any type of photo editing, it's very similar. All right, so we've got our image. Let's go ahead and add some text to it. I'm going to go ahead and add, let's see here, we're going to come up here and use the text tool, right? Zoom out. And we're going to go ahead and add a text box here, and we stretch it out. And let's go ahead and just type out something, American Civil War 101. Well, a couple things. We want to go ahead and center this, right? So it's the same thing kind of like in just whenever you're working in Google Docs, you just want to go ahead and align it. I'm going to go ahead and also align it to the center of this text box. Let's go ahead and change the font size. You should be pretty familiar with these type of tools, and the font itself. And this is only, and also this is only limited by your imagination. If you have other graphics that you think that it would be better, if you want something written out like in a different title, different font, different colors, it's really only limited by your imagination. All right, so I'm just going to title it Civil War Banner and under File. So I have two options here. Usually, like for example, if I'm creating buttons, or if I'm just creating images that, you know what, or areas in the home page that, you know what, do not need to be changed. They'll be the same whether it's the fall or the spring or the summer semester. I would save it as an image, okay? Save it as a JPEG or a PNG. I would save it as a JPEG. But since this one has fall 2017 on it, I may want to come back and actually change it to the spring or the summer or the winter, you know, of another year, 2018 or so on and so forth. But I don't want to have to come back and find an image, you know, add the text and so on. So I'm going to go ahead and actually publish this one to the web, and I'm going to show you why it's really, really cool. All right? So instead of download as, you want to go ahead and choose this option right here. I'm going to zoom in. And I apologize about this really wonky zoom functionality here, but you want to go ahead and choose publish to the web. All right? And you're going to want to have this embed option here after you publish it. So once you publish it, yes, I do, and give you this scripting here to embed this image. You go ahead and copy it. I'm going to go ahead and bring it to my American history page, and we're going to go ahead and just create another page. If you go back into your courses, here's what you just need to do. Just go back into your course, go to Pages, click on View All Pages, come over here and hit plus page, and then I'm just going to go and just title it Welcome. History. All right. You want to go ahead and hit this option right here for the HTML editor, and then click and paste what we had here, this option right here, let's go ahead and paste it in here. All right? And let's go ahead and hit save. And there we go. Now, I want you to notice something. Notice how there's like all this space here? You don't have to really worry about that because the home page is set up differently. I'm going to go ahead and change this to be the home page real quickly. Let's go ahead and come out through here. I've got too many pages in this course. All right. So I want to go ahead and change this over. First, you have to publish it. And notice right here it says use this front page. So I can make any of these pages the front page, but I'm going to go ahead and switch it up to this one. Use this front page. So now let's go back home. It should just basically be that image. There we go. We have this image only. And notice that this side area has been filled up with this content, which would always be there for the student. They're going to have their coming up, their to-do list, their recent feedback activity on this area right here. All right, so for example, let me tell you the reason why we want to go ahead and have it embedded. So let's go ahead and change this to winter 2018. All you would need to do now is go back to your saved document right here. Go ahead and go in here, just shift that to 2018, winter. And that's it. It's saving all changes within that page. So if I come back out to master, all I would need to do is hit, let's go ahead and give it time to update. There we go. You notice now you've got winter 2018. So it's the concept of a template. If you want to go ahead and make changes to this banner, go ahead and embed the image. If you think that, you know what, I'm not going to make any changes to the banner, I'm going to probably have a new banner every term, go ahead and change it, save it as an image, something that does not get changed. But that's just one example of what you can do. So again, it's pretty simple. All you would just need to do is go to your Google Drawing, then basically size what you want to size. And again, that sizing that the sizing format that I gave was 750 to 300. This is what you see right here. And then after you size it by pixel, remember that, sizing it by pixel, 750 to 300, go ahead and start adding your image. Center your image and whatnot using that arrange functionality. I'm going to go ahead and go to the first of our activities. All I want you to do is to create a banner. I want you to go ahead and create a banner, add an image. You can add text to it. Again, it's pretty simple. It's like kind of like using, you know, Word Paint. You know, I remember playing with Paint, you know, Microsoft Paint every once in a while when I was a kid. And then basically, let's add that banner image to a content page. All you would need to do, if you go ahead and embed that image, remember how we were looking at that, and if anyone's unclear, all you want to do is publish to web, and then hit publish, copy that embed code, and bring it back to a page. If anyone has any questions during the activity, I'm going to go ahead and reopen this poll. If anyone has any questions, if they want me to just go over something real quickly, I'm more than happy to do so. But if you've been working on this, go ahead and kind of play with it. So what if your course didn't begin with a front page? Can you add one after the course? Yeah, absolutely. Blair, if you, for example, you know, you're still working on your home page and you want to just keep a recent activity or just kind of do a listing of the modules or the syllabus, you can go ahead and do that. And when you're ready to display your front page, you would just go to that page area and just choose your page, choose that as front page, and there you go. How does one get into Google Drawing? Okay, Delise, all you would need to do is go to your Google Drive. If you're basically open up Google, and then basically go to your Google Drive. It would be at drive.google.com. Up at the top here, you want to click on New. And notice Drive is Drawing is not displayed. Usually it's the top three is going to be Docs, Sheets, and Slides. Click on More, and notice it populates with Google Drawings. And this is basically the Google Drawings form. It's pretty simple. Blair, front pages isn't highlighted for me. Perhaps my role is the issue. No, as an instructor, you should have access to. The reason why front page isn't highlighted. Do you mean? Are you talking about? Let me just go to my course real quick. Blair, are you talking about pages is not highlighted over here? Is that what you're saying? Oh, that's because there's no page content there. If you click on it, just go ahead and just click on it. It's probably empty. For example, like right here, you seeing something like that? Well, that one, for example, is where I've hidden that from students, but it also may be empty as well. If you click on it, here's where you want to go. View all pages. Get to that View all pages option, and it'll display all pages within the course. If you have no pages here, just go ahead and click up here to plus a page, and that's basically where you would get started. This is where I embedded that embed code for my banner. So real quickly, while you're all working on this, I showed how you can embed something within there. But what if Woody, I just want to add the image. I'm not going to do any embed code. I'm not going to be saving. Really simple. For example, let's just pretend that image of the Civil War banner right here, well, I went ahead and saved this as an embed code so I can make changes to this on the fly throughout the school year. But what if I just wanted to go ahead and save the image and add the banner, no questions asked? Well, all I would do here is just, instead of publish to web, download as, choose it as a JPEG image. In Chrome, I'm a Chrome user. It downloads it here to the bottom corner. Then I would go back to my course. Go back to my course. Let's go ahead and just hit edit. And let's just say, you know what, I'm not going to go ahead and go with that. I want to go with an image. So you can go ahead and actually come over here to Images, upload a new image, choose File, and pull that file. I think I can go ahead and, I think I have the ability to drag it. Nope, I don't. But let's go ahead and add it to the course file. So we'd come here to Course Files, leave. I'm just going to go ahead and put it in here. I can just drag that item. Again, this is just the image now. It's not going to be editable. It's just going to be an image of what I just created. Go back to Pages. Actually, yeah, right here, Home. I'm going to hit Edit. Go ahead and delete that. Now if I want to add that image, I can go to Embed Image. Choose Canvas, Course Files, and let's see here, Course Image, right here, Civil War banner. See, it's already set up for the size that I want it right there, 750 to 300. Also, under the concept of screen readers, this is also something worth mentioning, alt text. So if the screen reader goes over that image, it's going to read out Civil War banner.jpg. If you want it to basically say something, Civil War image, you would type that there for screen readers. Just keep that in mind. And that basically is for any image that you add in a table, a button, or so on. Hit update and hit save. And now that's just the image. That is not changeable, but that basically would be how you would add any image into Canvas. You'd go to the course files, come over to whatever folder that you set up. I've set up image folders for my course and just add them there. All right, so looks like we've played a little bit with it, and on the polls, looks like only 2 people are ready to go. Looks like, is everyone pretty much ready to go? I know they've been showing a lot of content and everything like that, and I know the learning curve as far as, you know, looking at a new editing tool. It's almost like me trying to present Photoshop to individuals who haven't seen it yet or so on. I apologize about that. There are, again, other options out there as far as building banners. It's just the idea of finding an image, sizing it to fit on the page, and putting text on top of it. All right, so you know what? Let's go ahead and go back to this page we're building, okay? And let's see here. Now I want to go ahead and add some text here. And text, you can go ahead and just hit edit, and if you want to, you know, you can come below this area. It's basically like a, you know, your Word editor, Google Docs editor, and so on. You would type in text throughout this area right here, you know, welcome, you know. But if you don't want to do that, sometimes you've got your syllabus or whatever you have set up for time purposes. I have some items that have already basically been written down. I'm just going to go ahead and paste it in here. This is the course description. Going to grab these real quick and come here, just going to paste it in. All right. Now I've added some text here, and I highly recommend using our header options, and this is basically what that is right here. Changing the size of those items so they kind of stand out, so they kind of chunk together. All right. If I wanted to kind of move it a little bit bigger, I can do that as well. In fact, let me go ahead and just change all of these to about a header 2. Kind of pops out on the screen a little bit. All right? In fact, let me hit save and I'll show you what it looks like. All right. Take a look here. Rafaela, let me just read what you said. I'm brand new to Canvas. I'm lost. I did create a banner and drive. However, I can't figure out how to get it on the page now. Okay, no worries. Rafaela, real quickly, are you in this area right here? Are you in this area right here, Rafaela? Where you've saved it? Oh, I'm in Pages. Oh, so you've already. So have you saved your image already, Rafaela? Do you just need to know, okay, yes, on Drive? All right, so you need to basically grab that image and put it onto the page. So I want you to go ahead and download this image. So come here, download as, go ahead and choose JPEG image, okay? It's going to basically, as you can see, it basically drops that to the bottom of the page. Okay, you did that, good deal. Now I want you to go to your course, right? Go to the course files. Go right here to course files. And whatever you have here, I want you to drag that item up here to where you see drop items into upload. That's my problem. Course files is not visible. Meaning, is it over here that it's muted? I mean, where you don't see it, or it's not even listed there? It's because if it's muted, that means there's nothing there. There's nothing in the course files, or you're hiding it from students. If you do see the files link over here, just go ahead and click on it. Okay, yep, just go ahead and click in it. Yep, just go ahead and click on it, and it'll open up. It'll be empty, but now you can just go ahead and drag that item up into here. Just let me know when you've done that. All right, excellent. Now basically go to the page that we're working on. Again, go to Pages. If it's muted for you, there's probably nothing there. If you see this option, View All Pages, click on that. It'll give you a listing of all your pages. You kind of want to get to that spot right here, Plus Page. If you give it a title and so on. Right here, you want to click on this option right here, Embed Image. Click on that. Choose Canvas. Now you've got your files, but you want to choose the course files, okay? Choose Course Files. And just find your image. Click on it. Should size it up below there. If it's not 750 by 300, just go ahead and just do that right there. And hit Update. And there's your image. Hopefully you were able to follow along on that. I apologize about the learning curve on this. It's a pretty simple workflow. Were you able to get it, Rafaela? No worries. That's awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and go back to the home page here. Let's leave this. We've got a little bit of text here. I want to go ahead and add a couple buttons to this page. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and add quickly a table. All right? So how do we add tables in Canvas? All right, you want to go ahead and hit Edit. Get a little bit of space. Notice up here there is a table function. Okay, there's a table functionality right here. Click on that. We're going to go ahead and create a table, at least for my course right here. I'm going to create a table with 6 buttons in it. All right, so let's go ahead and choose a functionality of 6, or basically a 3 by 2. All right? And all we have to do inside this area now is embed an image. So a button is, all it is an image that says Unit 1 or modules or so-and-so. You can create those buttons in here. For example, if I wanted to have a button, I'd go ahead and size it to 200 by 100, all right? So choosing, let's see here, by pixels. All right, and I want to go ahead and add a text box here. Remember, this is all 200 by 100, so you just want to take up the whole box. I'm going to go ahead and fill it in with a color. Let's go ahead and just call it orange. Center this text right here. And center it on the page. I'm just going to call it Unit 1. Again, you can change the font on here if you like. It's up to you. I'm just going to just choose that one, change the color of the font, and so on. All right. So, on the pixel size, Delise, right here up at the top, go ahead and choose File, go down to Page Setup. It'll be at standard. Choose Custom, then choose Pixels, and that's where I got the 200, 100 right there. Okay. Excellent. I'm going to go ahead and just save this as an image, all right? Just Unit 1. Button. And let's go ahead and hit Download as JPEG. Boom, comes right down there. As in anything in the course, we got to see here. I'm going to save time, I'm going to go ahead and show you real quickly the other way that you can add an image. While best practice is to go ahead and add that image to the course files first to pull from the course files, you can choose on this side to add an image by just basically uploading a new image. I've added that Unit 1 button here, so let's go ahead and look for it real quick. I added it to my desktop. There it is. It's going to show up there. All right, I've chosen that file. Upload right here. There we go. We've got that button right there. And if I wanted to, I could go ahead and add another button. But say I want to go ahead and use something from the button factory, for example. I'm going to go ahead and choose Unit 2 right here. This is something that's already in my course that I've added through the course files. Unit 3. Go down to this table right here, Unit 4. Again, buttons are just images. You can just basically create a box and put text in it and add it to a table. Unit 5. Click in there. Hit save. It's a little dirty, but that's about how it looks. Remember, I added that as a kind of a separate image. These are images that were actually made in a tool called the Button Factory. Let me go and give you the link to that. This is where I was creating it. This is actually a pretty cool tool, actually. Everything you see here, from the graphics, the font, the color, the shadowing that actually goes across it, can all be customized through here. Insert those into tables and then create links out of them. That's actually how we would actually work a home page in Canvas. All right. So here's what I want you to do. I'm going to go ahead and give you another activity. I want you to go ahead and, on the page that you're on, use that header functionality. You know, highlight it, choose it whether it's a header 1 or 2, just to kind of resize those things, kind of make them pop. Add a table there, and also add content within your table. You can add items, whether it's an image, you can go ahead and do that, or you can go ahead and let me go ahead and reset the poll here. If you want to add an image and make an image a hyperlink, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that next. But basically, kind of play with the table functionality. And if anyone has any other questions, please let me know. I can kind of rerun through them. I apologize about the learning curve on home pages. Sometimes I think it might be needed to be a 2-part series, but we'll see. Exactly, using Google. Or you could basically use any type of third-party application. Yep. Oh, I hear you. All right, definitely. Absolutely. Those buttons that I created in the Button Factory, let me just kind of show it real quickly. For this item right here, it's live. The button right here, it has a border color, background color. I can change this color to red if I want to, for example, or I can change it to that right there. I can change it to this color, green. Let's just call it green, for example. And let's just title it Unit 10. Click off of it, should change it. All you have to do after that is download it. And now it's a PNG image file that you can go ahead and bring right into your course. Again, remember we were adding images into the course, best practice that I recommend. Go to Files. We're just going to go ahead and just throw it in here because it works regardless of whatever course you're in. You can just drag it up in here. And there we go. And now it's available for any page in the course, any table in the course. All right, so let me go ahead and show you how those buttons can actually be real buttons, instead, because right now all they are images. Back out here. Let's go ahead and actually link some of these items. So for example, let's go ahead and link Unit 1 to actual content within this course. So again, up at the top, I'm going to go ahead and hit Edit. Go ahead and click on this right here. First thing, click on that, make sure it's kind of highlighted. Then you want to come over here to the right. All right, so I want to go ahead and add this to a module, but I want to add this to the Unit 1 module. Go ahead and click over here, go to on this links area for navigation, click on modules, and right here, take a look. I want to link it to Unit 1. I'm just going to go ahead and click on that, but I want to show you what happens when I click on it, all right? When I click on it, it's going to highlight Unit 1 over there, that button, watch. Boom. That's when you know that's actually working, all right? Now I'm going to hit Save. And that is now a working link. This right here is just an image, but if I click on Unit 1, it's going to take me right over to the Unit 1. See right here? Starts at the Unit 1 module. And that's exactly how you would do that for anything. I've got Unit 2 here, for example. I'm going to hit Edit. Then again, Workflow, click on the image. Go to the right here. Click on Modules. I'm going to go to Unit 2. Boom, right there. Click on Save. Anything in here can be made a hyperlink. For example, like there's a textbook down here. Say I want to link the textbook, all right? Again, come over here to Edit. Scroll down. So two things. You could have a link to a PDF textbook already in your course. You would actually go to the course files and find it, right? Or if you want to link it to an actual item within the course itself, you can do that as well. So you can go ahead and add it to larger items, like add it to the entire course syllabus page or the assignments index. You can go macro, micro. But for example, what if this is an external link? So you would just come here, up here to the top. Let me go ahead and make sure you saw that. Remember, highlight it. Come up here, link to URL. Click on it. Just go ahead and put the link to that external URL, to that book, for example. You would just go ahead and do that here. I'm just going to just link it to book.com. We don't have a history book to link it to. Just insert link. And hit Save. Now your textbook is linked to wherever you need to link it. You have buttons linked right here. Again, let's go back to the home page. And so on and so forth. We've got a table with buttons in them with hyperlinks. We have actual links within the course to other content. Yeah, it's really only limited by your imagination, all right? And of course, we can certainly clean this up. If I wanted to, I can go ahead and center this table. I can remove this Unit 1, make it uniform, obviously, with the other ones. They're just more or less for example purposes. Again, best practice on those sizes, you're going to want to do those buttons about, these items right here, about 200 to 100 in pixels. Banners, about 750 to about 300. Again, please play with those and see what you think. Does anyone have any other questions at all? Anything they'd like me to repeat on this page? And again, I apologize about the learning curve on this one. But again, it's just basically if you can get an image and put some text onto it, all you have to do is just basically drag it into the course and put it right on the page. All right. No worries. Yeah, I just, you know what, I wish this was 2 hours long. Caught some of it. Yep, you know what, it's just a matter really of playing with it. A lot of our, too long, how about an hour and a half? It's just a matter of just kind of playing with it. It's pretty fundamental as far as going to the course files. You know, best practice, build a folder, you know, call it images, and just hit here. So, and just basically kind of peruse the net for any type of images that you think would be cool. In your Google Drawing or any type of third-party application that utilizes photos or texts or whatnot, you can go ahead and drag the, you can, if they're saved to the desktop, you can insert them here or so on and so forth. Call it test images to bang around with, exactly, pretty much. All right, I'm going to go ahead and bring us over to our exit slide. We have a survey here.